I'll be showing you how to create a Seesaw account. Now to begin, you'll want to make sure that you go to seesaw.com. You just type that into the browser, it will take you to this website. And what you will click is sign up free. So click that. And here you would select I'm a teacher. And you would enter your information. Make sure you could use, you could also go down here and sign up with Google or use a different email. And then when you've put all your information in, you hit create teacher account. And it will take you to this page where it will ask you to create a class. So if you do have Google Classroom, you can import your Google Classroom. But if not, then you would go ahead and select your grade level. So I would select pre-K and name the class. So I will name this one Miss Tiffany's AM class. And then once I've done that, I hit the green check mark. It's creating a class. Now, because I have two classes, I also have an afternoon class, I would click this and hit the plus sign to create another class, which is also pre-K, and name it Miss Tiffany's PM class, and hit the green check mark. All right, so now if you click here, you can see that you have two classes. Now, to add students, so if I want to add students to my AM class, I'm going to go over here to where the wrench is, and I would click that. And then I would hit the plus sign where it says students, and this is how I'm going to be adding my students. Since my students do not have an email address, I would select no, that they will not be using a Google account or email address. And they will be using one-on-one devices. They will not be using shared devices. All right, so here I would just start putting in the names of my students and so put in their names. Once you have all their names listed here, you hit the green check mark. Once you've added your students, the way that you would have them sign into their and create their student accounts is to go down here and you would click home learning student codes and you would select that. And then you would print the codes and it's going to give you a PDF. And here it has all the directions for how to do this. Each student will have a page. So this is Braden's home learning code. And you could just send this to the parents through email. They can either use the QR code or just enter this code when they sign in. But each student has their own, and this is how they would get access to their student account and be able to access all the activities that you post. And you've sent out the home student. Once you've created all your student accounts and you've sent them the home learning student codes, another thing that you can do is invite families. So here you would need to enable family access. And this allows parents to see the work that their children are doing. And it's also another way that you can communicate with families as well. You can send them private messages if they have a family account. So to invite families, you would click this. So you have some different options for how you can invite families. You can print the invites. You can even select the language. If you have families that speak other languages, you would click print invites. And this is going to generate a PDF similar to the home learning code, where there's one for each child. And again, it has directions for how parents can create a family account. They would have to download the Family Seesaw app, They could, again, use this QR code in order to find their child's account. So that's one way. Another way is to share an invite link. So this is going to be a link that you can copy, and then you would email this out to all of your families, and it would invite them to join Seesaw. Or for each child, again, you can just enter the parent's email or phone number here for each student. So those are some different ways that you can invite families to join Seesaw. All right, so now I want to show you some of the features that Seesaw has, some of the different tools that you can use to assign activities, to post announcements, or just share resources. So one of the ways to do this is to click this green plus sign that says add. So here you can post student work, you can assign an activity, or you can send an announcement. So to post student work, you can take a photo of something, you can draw something, take a video, you can upload different files, you can write out a note, or you can share a link to a website. And we'll get into activities later, but to send an announcement, you would click here. You could send it to only the family members, only the students, or to both. And then here you could type your announcement. So I'm just going to write test so you can see. You can even add an attachment. So again, you can add a photo, a note, a drawing, a link, a file. And let's say we're sending it out to everyone. Then you would click send now. And that message would go out to everyone. Now, here again, if you have families that are connected, you would see their names appear here, and this is where you could send private messages to family members. But since there are no family members connected, we're not seeing anyone here. So now I want to show you activities. So if we click here on activities, we don't have any that are scheduled, and I don't have any that are created. However, they do have an activity library that you can look at some activities that other people on Seesaw have created. So if you click Browse Activity Library, this is the community library. So if you look down here, it's showing popular activities for pre-K. So they have all these different activities that you can look at and see if they work for your class. You can even sort through activities by, again, selecting the grade level and the subject. So if you are looking for pre-K activities for math, you could filter through and see some of the different activities. So here there's a shape sort, shape hunt, number tracing, counting animals. So if you wanted to use an activity, you could click it. And then this is what the activity looks like. If you don't want to assign it just yet, but you do want to add it to your own personal library, you could click the heart, and this is going to add it to your library so that you could use it later. You could click down here just to see what the activity looks like. And it shows here the directions for the students. And go back and keep looking at different activities, and just, you know, whatever you like, you can put a heart, and all of these that you put a heart and like will be added to your library. So if you click here to your library, now those activities are in your own personal library, and you can assign them whenever you'd like. To assign an activity, you would click the green button that says assign, and you could choose to just assign it to one of your classes, or you could assign it to both. And you've assigned the activity. So to create an activity, you would click right here where it says create new activity. You can name your activity. So here's one that I did, draw a picture. Then you would type out your instructions for students. So there are some shortcuts that you can use that will make different symbols appear. So the first direction would be draw a picture. Next, I'm going to put the shortcut that's going to make the little add button appear. I would do a colon, add, and then another colon. And then I would put tap to add response. Next, I would say the shortcut for the camera logo to appear, which is photo. And then I would say tap to take a picture of your drawing. Next, I would write mic for microphone, and I would say tap to tell me about your drawing, so they can record themselves talking about it. And then lastly, the shortcut would be check, and I would say tap the green check mark to add it to your journal. Now, I could also add voice instructions, so recording myself giving the directions, and I could add a multimedia instructions or examples. So here I'm just going to upload from my computer just a sample drawing of a child's drawing. I'll hit the green check mark, and there it is. And now my assignment's ready to be posted. I would click save. And this is what it would look like. And so now all those little shortcuts that we put in now create the little symbols, which makes it easier for students and parents to know which buttons they need to press to complete the assignment.